Hi everybody, I'm April Verch for iFiddle magazine, and I'd like to share a tune with you called the Crooked Stovepipe. As far as we know, this one is a traditional tune. There's a lot of versions out there and a bunch of different fiddle styles. But mine is, I guess, an old-time Canadian, maybe a little bit more specifically Ottawa Valley style. It has that tinge to it. That's where I grew up and first learned to play this tune. I'm going to play it for you just a couple of times through so you can get the tune in your head. I always like to make sure that the melody is rolling around up there before you start to think about finger patterns. So here's the Crooked Stovepipe. So we're going to break it down and learn it piece by piece. You can always rewind and catch up a little bit. It's in the key of G, so it has an F sharp, and we're going to start, I'll try and move so you can see the fingers a little bit. We're going to start on the D string, just running up from an open D to a G, and we'll try this much. Again. And then starting on the G. And then the next phrase starts on the F sharp, and it's a lot like the first one, just a step lower. And it goes up at the end, so it's a little bit different there too. Again. Now, this is the end of the first time through the B, and the next phrase sort of serves as a connector back to the repeat of the B section. It sounds like this. So a few more notes there. The first part is, and then to the whole phrase. Then we repeat the entire A part, and at the end, instead of doing that little connector, we just end it after the scale. Just end it on the G. You can throw in a double stop there with a B if you want. So let's try the whole A part. A. The B part starts on that G on the E string that we just ended on. It also shifts up a little bit, which isn't all that common in Canadian tunes, but it's an easy shift. It follows a scale, so it's easy to hear, and you're just, instead of using your third finger, placing your first finger in that spot. So we'll tackle that when we get there. The first phrase, starting on the G, and then that's where we shift. So that phrase started on the third finger, comes down, back up the scale, and your first finger takes the place of where the third usually goes. So just from the top of the B section. And then I'm going to do that again. So I'm starting on that first finger, on the A. We're going to go, and we go to normal position for the A, and F. And keep coming down the scale and back up. And that's it, because then the B part repeats exactly. Okay, so that's the whole tune. I'll play the whole thing, A part twice, B part twice, so you can practice along with me and get comfortable with it. It's usually good to remember that if you're missing a few notes, go ahead and try and get the frame and then go back and fill in. Some people find that easier. So here we go from the top. 1, 2, 3. If you do a little Google search on the Crooked Stovepipe fiddle tune, you'll get a lot of different versions and be able to kind of compare and pick things you like and don't like. I'll leave you with a couple of tips for making the tune your own. One thing that's kind of fun is some subtle slides. In particular, sliding up with your fourth finger to an E note in the A part and playing it along with the open E is pretty characteristic of the Canadian sound. So if I played it without the open E, but you really end on that open E by itself. So you can try that one. Also a simple trill in the B part. So instead of playing, I'm going 1, 2, 1, all in one bow. And also in the B part, you can kind of hold out some of those notes or double or triple them up. For example, I could do, or all throughout the B part you can kind of alternate whether you play one long note or a couple of shorter ones. That's a really easy way to kind of vary the tune. So I hope that you've enjoyed learning this tune and that you'll have some fun with it, and see you next time.